Hey, what's up? Kris Krohn here, and today I've got something really cool lined up for you. 5 of the best strategies for finding deals, how you do it from home, no realtors, all from literally from your bed, laptop. Friends, this is one of the most ninja ways for finding the best deals. I'm talking about you going out there and doing 3 to 5 deals every single month. Check it out.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
In today's world, we have technology on our side like never before. Dude, in the past, if you wanted to find a good deal, you would have to get in your car and drive for dollars. You'd have to go down to the county sheriff's office and go through filings and see who hasn't paid their taxes, who might be in foreclosure. Today, that information for the first time ever is literally a click of the button, which means that when I find deals, I can find it in minutes. Check it out. Today's video is about these 5 strategies. In a moment, I'm gonna be bringing on my buddy Burton out of California. He's gonna be Skyping in here, and he's gonna show you how we use a software called PropStream. And today he's gonna show you in just a few minutes, how do you find properties in your area that are discounted, which means equity? How do you find all the pre-foreclosures, which means there's distress, they haven't started proceedings, and they need an investor to help solve a problem? How about failed listings, which means they tried to sell their home, for some reason they couldn't, and now you have a chance to get on there? Tax liens, they're late on their taxes, and all of a sudden you know they have distress, they're gonna lose their house, or the property is vacant and obviously distressed. This system will find all of those literally that fast. So when I bring Burton on, I want to tell you right now, he is geeky nerdy over this stuff. He gets insanely geeky on how does he actually go in there and find these deals, but he's going to show you how stupid simple it is. He represents his company PropStream, and because of how much I've done with them and because of how much I utilize them successfully, they've decided to give me a 5-day free trial of their system to you. And they've also decided that if you decide to hang on with the service, that they've massively discounted. So it's like a no-brainer, and it's in your arsenal, and it's something you're gonna want. The link is below in the description. But without further ado, dude, Burton, it's time for you to come on, man. And I want you to break it all down, show that screen, and I want you to break down how to easily, in minutes, find all of these deals. Go.
Hey, Kris, it's good to be back. Thanks for having us on board again. Hey, everyone, Burton here with PropStream. Today, I'm actually gonna be showing you 5 amazing strategies that you could perform in our platform. I would highly encourage you guys to grab a pen and paper and write some notes. What I'll be showing you is very powerful. As a matter of fact, consider it a secret that most investors are using to make money and successfully do so, people like Kris himself. So with that said, let's just dive into it. So the first criteria I want to show you guys is essentially how to build a distressed homeowner. And there's many ways to do that. So one of the ways I'm going to be showing you is just kind of a sample on how to effectively do so. So first thing you want to do is search an area. Fulton County is the area I've chosen. I'm going to go to filter, and here's where you'll be able to essentially custom build your own motivated seller. So for this example, I'm going to choose an owner-occupied property. And rather than choosing list type, I'm actually just going to leave it blank so I can have the system go through all of the listings with the criteria I'm about to apply. So the second thing I'm going to do is go to property characteristics, and I'm going to choose, let's say, single family and a multifamily property. And then this is where I'm essentially building the distress. So I'm looking for a building that was, or a property that was built on 1990 or before. The idea is I'm looking for a property a little bit over 30 years, 20 years. So that way I know that maybe some things need to get done. The condition of the property isn't up to date is really what I'm aiming for. So now that I've applied the year built, I can do bedrooms and bathrooms and so forth. Next category is MLS status. And just like most of you, we're going to choose off market. So on market, we're going to choose no. Then you can go to foreclosure and essentially find the highest distress level, which is pre-foreclosure. But for those of you guys that need more time or don't like the competition there, you can choose none. Essentially, we're trying to find an owner who hasn't gotten a notice of default yet or trustee sale and isn't on the market. Next category is ownership info. So here we can separate corporate versus individually owned. So I'm going to look for just individually owned properties. I can also specify the years of ownership. So I'm looking for a property owner that's lived in their property for at least 5 years or more. The next thing I can do is add other encumbrances like a lien on the property. Perhaps the lien has $15,000 or more attached to it, meaning if they don't pay off that lien, things are going to start going south. They're going to get into pre-foreclosure and then potentially lose their home. And then for most of you wholesalers out there, the last stop is probably the equity and mortgage information. Here we can specify a percentage, such as 60% or more. So now that I have all of my filters applied, I'm going to hit apply. And as you can see, I have several concentrated results that fit that distress criteria I've created. So that's the first way to filter a distressed homeowner. The second one I want to show you guys is looking for foreclosures or pre-foreclosures. So again, the highest level of distressed owner there is. To do so, search the area, go to filter, choose pre-foreclosure for the list type. Yet again, you can choose property characteristics. We can go to MLS status, choose on market or off market, your choice there. So I'll choose off market. Again, we can, being that we're searching pre-foreclosures, now we can effectively filter it. And to effectively do that, I'm looking for the hottest and freshest pre-foreclosures. So I'm going to go to listing date and only look for pre-foreclosure starting February 1st of this year or later. And then I can specify the type of owner, so individually owned properties. And then again, I can wrap it up by applying a percentage of equity, like 50% or more. Once I hit apply, I have now my concentrated results on the right-hand side. So that's the second popular search most investors like yourself are doing. The third one is looking for failed listings. So the idea here is that these are property owners that tried to sell their property with an agent, weren't successfully able to do so. Our goal is to essentially go in there, speak to these homeowners, and perhaps find them an alternative solution. To do so, go in the filter, list type MLS, again, property characteristics, but most importantly, in the MLS status, we're going to choose fail. Now, depending on the market, this may vary, but we are going to apply a days on market. I'm going to choose 90 days. Not only am I going to choose 90 days, but I'm looking for listings starting on December 1st of this last year. So what I'm telling the system is go through the listings starting December 1st or later, find me the ones that failed, but were on the market at least 3 months or more. I'm going to hit apply, and now I have my concentrated results. Again, the idea here is these are people that wanted to sell, did not successfully do so through an agent. Maybe we can go in there and provide those solutions for them. The next popular search would be looking for tax lien. These are, again, very high level of distressed individuals. Tax liens are very, very serious. Failing to pay that off will obviously cause a foreclosure. So to do that, again, we're going to search the area. We're going to go to filter. We're going to choose liens, and again, start working downwards. We can put property characteristics, go to MLS status. For those of you that are wanting it off market, choose no. Again, if you want really distress, choose pre-foreclosures. If you need more time, make sure it's under none. Then we can go to ownership info. Again, separate corporate owned properties versus individual. For this one, I'm only looking for individuals. I also want them to have lived there, again, a minimum amount of 5 years or more. I can now then specify the lien. So I'm looking for specifically tax liens. And again, I want leverage, so I'm looking for individuals with at least $20,000 or more recorded against their property. Again, if they don't pay off this lien of $20,000 or more, that will cause the pre-foreclosure. And again, to wrap it up, for most of you wholesalers out there or fix and flippers, we're going to apply equity, again, 50% or more. And once we do that, we've now narrowed our criteria down. The last search out there, most of you guys have heard about, is looking for vacant listings. We do have access to that. So again, you'll search the area, go to filter, choose vacant. Now here's the challenge. Vacant pretty much represents property addresses that are not answering their mail for 3 weeks or more. So sometimes these are properties that recently sold. A previous owner forgets to forward their mail, and then that property is quote unquote flagged as vacant. So how do we prevent getting recently sold properties? To do so, go and filter, list type vacant, again, work downwards, property characteristics, MLS status, on or off market, foreclosure status, whether it's in or not in pre-foreclosure. Ownership info is really where the magic happens with this list type. Here, we're going to separate again the individuals from the corporate. And then how do we get rid of these recently sold properties? What we're going to do is apply either a last sell date or years of ownership. So in this case, a minimum of, let's say, 6 years. So now I'm telling the system, go through the list of people not addressing their mail, but find me individuals that have lived in their house for 6 years or more and are not addressing their mail. At this point, you guys can take it further by adding more encumbrances like a lien, a bankruptcy, a divorce. Again, you can end it by applying an equity like 50% or more. Once you do that, you'll hit apply, and now you'll have your results on the right-hand side. So I don't know if you guys have caught on. I mean, our mission here at PropStream is to help you guys make a lot of money in very limited amount of time, as fast as possible, essentially. Clearly, what I've showed you guys is very powerful, so I do hope you guys have taken notes. And if you guys haven't noticed already, we have partnered up with Kris, have done something super cool with him. We will be giving you guys access to a 5-day free trial with the platform, so please take advantage of that, as well as this video and some of the things I've shown you. And then on top of that, if you guys end up loving it, you just can't have enough of it, to kind of add the cherry on top, we have given Kris a discounted price versus our website, propstream.com. Normally our website offers it at $99 a month. With Kris, you'll be given a lower price. So make sure to click on his link. If you guys have any questions, give us a call. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy your day. Kris, back to you.
Dude, Burton, that was brilliant, man. Thank you so much for hopping on and for teaching that. You guys, if you actually click the link and you actually get your free trial, you can hop on and literally watch the video, copy it for your area, and you know what will happen? Hundreds of deals potentially are gonna come to you. And if you watch part 2, the next video that's coming, I'm gonna have Burton hop back on one more time, and I'm gonna actually have him break down for you. All right, now I got a list of hundreds of people. Does that mean that I get on the phone and call them all? No, we're using technology to make it even simpler, to weed it down, to find the people that are gonna make that deal happen with you. There's a reason why I make tens of thousands of dollars per hour in the game of real estate, and that number every year only gets bigger and bigger with more homes, and that's because I'm a ninja of leverage, and today I'm showing you how to be a ninja of leverage. So click the link below, get your free trial going right now, and then hang out for the next video, part 2, where we can take you how to make it even easier.